Hi everybody. Let me know you can hear me on YouTube and Facebook or Kick. Hopefully they're all connected. You can hear me. Say something in chat. Say hello. Oh, hang on a sec. I'm not sure that YouTube is behaving. It says it is. Okay. That seems to be working. So I think it is there. Okay. Just wait for people to come in then. So I sent a notice. Did that go out? No. I swear I put that notice to go out at 11 AM and it set itself for 11 PM. Hi, Basscat. Just faffing at the moment. Nice to see you on Facebook. If anybody's on YouTube, give us a shout in the chat. Let us know you're there. Or on Kick. And it will come up on my screen. So I'm starting off where I left off last time, actually. I'm on my own today. Lil's busy doing Christmassy stuff. But there's been, we've been busy getting the region ready. The little town here needs to be winterified, but the outside bit, I literally just started winterizing it today. There are still some bits and pieces that need to change colour. But I thought, seeing as last time I showed you this, actually it was a lot less populated with stuff, I thought I would just give you a quick tour to start with. whilst we think about winter and what's coming with Herb and Fable for the winter. And I can tell you what I've been working on. And these paths will be snowy. Oh, you can't get into YouTube? What, generally? Actually, there's a nice bit back here. Let me go back here. So all these autumn trees will obviously change to winter. But Lil needs to come and do some of those. So this is going to be like a kind of chill area where people can just sit and do stuff. Maybe we'll have some little rituals here. Thank you. Or maybe we will have some bard circles here. That would be quite cool. I don't know if you can see it snowing in the distance. It's very cute. So yeah, it's whilst it's not completely changed to winter, which was kind of a bit funny because you know, we literally just built it up as autumn and then it turned December. So I was like, oh. But luckily we we made it seasonal, so all of these trees can change. Oh, look, there's a bush there that I missed. I think there's grass as well, but I think that's Lil's, yeah. So when I'm thinking about the next bit of floaty grass there, look. The next little starter quest for new people. I think I'll have to do something that's not seasonal. So that it doesn't kind of matter what time of the year people come in, because I can't guarantee that I'll be able to change it. So this is kind of around the outside. And you can see there's lots of grass and stuff needs changing over. And if I just, there we go, can show you up the other side there. And the other 4 regions have also changed to winter. Now, who was it? A ritual to choose your path. That's a very good. I like that. Choose your path. That's very good. I like that. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, somebody posted. Was it? I'm not sure it was whether it was you or somebody else, but somebody posted a picture of their winter home. And I thought, well, if anybody has a winter Herb and Fable set up they'd like me to come and visit today, then I'll be happy to do that. Kind of looks a bit, for me anyway, I don't know about you, until the paths are the right colour. It looks a bit sort of, oh, okay. So this is the ritual area up here, which looks quite different to what it did last time I came up here in the live stream. Have I got put my environment on shared? There we go. That's better. So we will have some rituals up here. Not all of them, because you know this is a community gateway and newbies will be coming in here, and I think, you know, when we have rituals it's quite immersive, and I'm not sure that newbies wandering in would be brilliant for a ritual, but we also don't want to block it off and exclude people from. So I think where we do we can do some rituals up here that, like, it doesn't matter if newbies come in, something a bit light, you know, something lighter, and then keep our sort of very immersive, emotional ones for the healing circle at Thessaly. I love this snow. This is from Sims Unlimited, I think it is. They do all the Sims rounds, you know. I often find that snow on regions can be really in the way when it's kind of, you know, in amongst everything. You're trying to click on stuff and you're clicking the snow and stuff like that. And this is outside of the region, which I think is just as effective in terms of how nice it looks, but isn't in the way. Oh, look. Grass. This is what I've been doing today. We actually found some really nice places to get winter stuff when we were doing this, because you know how it is when you've got an inventory full but you've got nothing to wear. Well, it was a little bit like that for Lil and I. You know, we've got inventories full of trees, but we didn't have a single tree to use. So we went off and found some new ones. And so these are from Hayabusa, and they're very cool. They've got like nice wind and stuff that is adjustable. I don't like trees being like too moving, but I quite like a little bit of movement. Blimey, camera going a bit crazy there. Gosh, jeez. Okay, forget that. What's going on? There we go. So you can see like a little bit of movement, but it's not like tree dance. Let me just see if there's anything going on in Discord, because I know people were going to come. Okay, so if you're in out there. Oh, hang on, I think my microphone might be... Oh no, it's okay. Okay. Alright, let me turn the music down. River's saying that my voice is a little quiet. Is that better? There we go. Oh, sorry. Okay. I'm not seeing any comments on YouTube. Let me just check that, because I know people have gone over there. Just see. Oops, there's that one. Nope, they're just being quiet. Okay, that's alright, as long as I know there's nothing wrong. So if you're on YouTube, say hi in the chat, so I know that you're there. I get nervous that I've done something wrong and it's not working. So yeah, so this is what I've been doing for the last couple of days, is going around changing. The ones that I can't click belong to Lil. Oh yeah, right, so I was showing you the trees, wasn't I? I think these belong to Lil. They're the Happy Mood ones, which, you know, Happy Mood are so famous for their trees and bushes, and they're so beautiful. I think these might be, no, these are Little Branch. Those were nice as well. And the Hayabusa trees, there's so many different like versions in the pack. I mean, they're quite expensive, but and there's so many different like foliage choices. So I think they're brilliant. These larch trees are one of my favourites that I use on all of the regions. They're by Trees 3D or something. They don't make many things, but those were quite good. There's a Happy Mood. Oh, stray bush. Yeah, well, what I did do, I linked some of them together, and when you click like winter, it will vary what it gives to each tree. But what I did find is that you couldn't then, well, I tried anyway, and maybe I just didn't do it very well, but I tried to make the wind then go to no wind and then put it up like a tiny bit, and it didn't work when they were linked. So I ended up unlinking them all because yeah, so I think you can link them together, and like if you then press winter or autumn, it will just kind of randomly give each tree one of the seasons textures. But I really wanted not to have the dancing trees, if you know what I mean, that are very waving around in the wind. So I needed to adjust those. Because I wanted to adjust that, I had to unlink them all, which is a shame, but there you go. And the Happy Mood ones, I think you do get a HUD, but then they are all the same. It's like, okay. So yeah, ultimately you have to go around clicking everything, but you know, it's not an arduous task. It's one of those things that you can just kind of do when you're looking for, you know, something relaxing to do. Just go around clicking, setting everything to winter. These grasses over here are from DDD. I can't remember what the proper name is. Hang on. Dysfunctionality. Is it? Yeah, dysfunctionality. I don't know what DDD. Dysfunctional. Okay. Yeah, dysfunctionality. I love their stuff. It's kind of well made, useful, lots of options, you know. This grass here is actually sculpty grass, I think. Yeah. Which is probably not brilliant, but anyway, it's from Samza, and actually it's very pretty, so I forgive them for it being sculpty. And the good thing about sculpty, of course, is that you can make it as things that are sculpty as big as you like, and they're not going to change land impact. But I don't think that they're very helpful for the servers, if you know what I mean, the server load. And up here, we had oh gosh, I've forgotten the name. Konoha. Their stuff's lovely as well. So there's some grasses in there. These trees over here are lils. They're from botanical. Like botanical stuff. Chris is very sweet and a fantasy fair person. Of course, these beautiful willows, that isn't it? They're from Titans. Killick makes beautiful stuff. And again, another fantasy fair person. That bush looks like it should be a different colour. These are happy mood bushes, by the way. These definitely are. Those are shrubs, happy mood shrub. There's another one there, look, another stray. And this grass here, look, that needs to go to winter. Now the only thing I find with the Hayabusa trees is that they've got such large prims that are, probably because of the movement, that it can be quite difficult to select something next to it. Happy mood stuff is just so pretty. There we go. I'm going to make my way up to the ritual area, and then we're going to talk about what I've been up to, because it's pretty up there. And I'm going to go up this way because we didn't go this way before. If we've got any new players out there, say hi, and if you have any questions, go ahead and ask. When I'm doing these live streams, I'm always thinking of kind of trying not to repeat stuff that I have talked about before. But that's because I'm assuming it's the same people out there. Hey kitten, lovely to see you. But if there's new people out there and you've got questions, please don't be afraid to ask, and I will happily go over anything that I haven't talked about before, or that I have or haven't talked about before. So what I wanted to mention, what I've been up to, I've been really busy over the last couple of weeks getting stuff ready for events. But one of the things that I know that I've got to do is create the Herb and Fable versions of the Yule ritual, the winter solstice ritual, and the protection ritual. So that's what I've started working on today. I think the Yule ritual will be first, and that's going to come out probably tomorrow. Don't forget that you can do the Jinx version as many times as you like, so you can do those, do the ritual itself. But if you want the badge, and that's really all the Herb and Fable is going to give you more, then you'll need to do the Herb and Fable version. So I think most of you have probably done it, but just to sort of remind you, let's have a look at some of these items. When I res that, I can get a cup of mulled wine, which is nice. Okay, so we've got here some holly sprigs, okay, and mistletoe, and obviously when you go through the ritual HUD, it will talk about the relevance of each of these items that I've put in the ritual itself. There's some mixed nuts and fruit there, which looks like some walnuts, some hazelnuts and some cranberries. It's not a new one, but you know what? I'm not going to make any promises, but when I was going through it, you know, like these were some of the first ones I did. I think the protection ritual was the first one I did, and then the Yule and winter solstice ones. And I've done lots more since then, and now I've gone back to the ones that I started. I'm like, oh god, it's a bit short. Or like I used other people's voices, and now I feel a bit more confident to use my own voice, and I'm kind of like, maybe I should re-record them. But I think I won't for now. I'll just release them so you can get your badge. But I might look at, especially like the protection ritual, which was the first one, I might look at sort of updating it a little bit. I said the protection ritual because obviously there's a time dependency on the Yule and winter solstice, so I may not have time to update those too much. But certainly the protection ritual, which is kind of not time dependent or seasonal. And I'll be making some more as well soon. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, update at some point. So I was thinking, like healing ritual. I know in the Jinx store there's something which I call the healing ritual, which is just animations, but actually a proper Herb and Fable healing ritual would be nice. A ritual to reduce anxiety would be nice, something that you can take to real life and do whenever you need it. And so yeah, those are sort of things I'm thinking about going forward. Self-love, spells, so we've got a Yule candle as part of this ritual. We have the Yule log as part of this ritual, which contains obviously ivy and pine, which again, yeah, there's relevance to the choices of tree parts that I've chosen there. And the mulled wine, let's click that, and then I'm not going to take it, I'm going to get yes. So when you can click the mulled wine, and it gives you a little cup to drink. And we've got some star anise in there, and some cinnamon and orange. So that's cool. So these are some of the items, well actually no, they're all of the items that you get. Yeah, I was thinking an anxiety one. And also maybe like a rest one, like for sort of relaxing. But I suppose because I think there's a difference between helping with anxiety and then just another one for rest and sort of relaxation type thing. Do you know what I mean? Because they are quite different, I think. I mean, you could use them interchangeably, but I think when we want to rest and relax, it's more of a kind of winding down, you know, restful, whereas one for helping with anxiety is more so that you can function during the day and stuff, and some little techniques. So as some of you know that yeah, some self-care, self-love, self-worth, you know. Some of you know that in real life I am a psychotherapist, and I don't have that many clients these days. I kept a few clients when I came to France because they didn't want to leave me. But yeah, so I'm bringing my kind of learning from that side of my experience, and also from the nature, druidry, herbalism side as well, and kind of share that with you, really, and then you can take it however you need to take it, you know, whether it's in Second Life or real life. But Second Life has a great influence on your real life, you know. People who don't Second Life don't know that. They don't get that. Oops, that's not the thing I want to delete. Oh, well, sorry. If you haven't done the Yule ritual, by the way, the one in the Herb and Fable, the Yule log in the Herb and Fable pack only is for the ingredient, but in the Jinx one, it's part of the ritual, and you actually drop something into it, like a written note, and it kind of burns. So there we go. Let me just, I haven't got Discord open when I'm doing this, because Discord seems to be using quite a lot of resources these days. You are chatting in YouTube. They're not coming up on my thing. Let me just find that. Let me just address that before we go on, because then I will see your... Weird. Just going to go to my channel and see if I can see it there. Nope. Yeah, there it is. Alright. Now I can see you all. Now I can see you all. Oh, and I can hear myself on YouTube. Right, YouTubers, say something now. There you are! Ah, I missed you all. I didn't see anything you were saying until now, so you'll have to say it all again. Hi! Oh, so let me just have a look, because I'm going to have to look back at what you said before now. Yeah, you had like secret stuff going on. Right, let's have a look. Just reading back. Should I give you something more interesting to look at? There you go, you can look at the snow. Oh, was it dysfunctional dolly designs, was it? How funny. You know, these are the names that we give our businesses before we, you know, think about what that sounds like. I've just noticed a tree over there floating above the ground. Sorry. You know that Jinx was called Demeanor Designs. Very original name there. Oh, Keeper, yeah. I don't know what's going on at the moment in SL. That this couldn't create inventory thing is a real pain. So I'll send you another one, don't worry. And Keeper, you are in the mental health field as well? Cool. Marriage and family therapy. Well, good luck to you. I did train as a couples therapist, and I did a little bit of couples therapy. Geez, wow. It's very different to individuals. Much harder. So yeah, tell me if I'm breathing down the mic again, okay? Because like, just trying to get the balance right. I just saw the red going off the thing there. And yes, Queen, I know that you're a nurse. That's awesome, and you work very hard. All right, I've caught up with the chat. We're all right now, and now I can see you in my thingy, so that's cool. So I know that I can see that I've got some regular people to the stream in there, but I can see 1 or 2 new people as well. So if you're new and you have any questions about Herb and Fable, it doesn't matter what they are. If you're like, you know, there's no such thing as a dumb question here, okay? So if you're not sure about something, or just ask. Oh, there you go, look. Bast was a nursing student as well. Do you think it's relevant here that, you know, Herb and Fable is attracting new type of people? Caring, loving people? Do you think that's relevant? Right, now that I can see all your chat, who was it that put up a photo of their winter home with Herb and Fable stuff? Empty buckets, what, from the water? Chuck 'em. Unless you like the buckets and you want to make a pile of buckets. So very early on when we started Herb and Fable, there was no such thing as the composting or the recycling unit. And it was actually for suggestions from the community, the players, in the beta, that we opened beta, I think, in March, and people came in and started playing and made suggestions, and recycling, because otherwise you end up with a load of stuff that you had to delete, and so I could have just deleted it, but I thought that some people might want to use it as decor, so yeah. Oh, it was Roundcat and Ixil. But it's a shame that Ixil isn't here, because they are usually very happy for us to go and have a look at their house. So I don't want to just like go and intrude, although they did say, but knowing our luck, you know, we'll go, hi! We thought we'd pop round. Oh yes, I'll go and have a look at yours. I know where yours is. Have you been building your new farm area? So I shall go running through. Yeah, I don't know what's with that can't create inventory thing going on. It's been going on for days now. I think I may have finished the Yule flipping ritual if that hadn't happened today. Trying to find good mud. Oh, Marley's there. You gonna come over to Mythical's house, Marley? So the 4 regions over here have also started to change to winter. We're not sure about whether to change Lavendale Quest to seasonal, because we're not 100% sure of whether we put stuff down that was fully seasonal, but I don't think it matters actually. I mean, actually on Centauria there are still flowers out in the snow. I don't think it really matters that much, does it? So we could change Lavendale over as well, and then we won't get that horrible line where the regions join. to change these trees here. I'll do that later. Won't do it now. Oh, lag is getting the better of me now. Whoa. Let's just let that catch up a minute, shall we? Oof. Don't know why at the moment. I mean, I've got my draw distance is right down. Earlier I had to put it down that low to get about, like, to get a decent frame rate. I was taking some video, and if I put the draw distance up any higher than that, like literally it goes down to 5 frames per second. Hey River, you're back. But my internet is really good, so this is probably, it is struggling a bit, but you know what, I've got a really big inventory, and I think that doesn't help. One day when I've got nothing to do, I'll probably clear out my inventory a little bit, but I'm a bit of a hoarder. But I probably don't need the tens of thousands of like cubes and things that are in there that are just rubbish. Let's just go over here. Oh, come on, catch up. Yeah, but Alva, deleting old outfits that you'll not use again. If I had done that, I would not have all the awesome bomb clothing that I've got now. Because, you know, when system... What's going on here? This is not a nice line, is it? Gonna have to work on that. You know, like... Yeah, exactly. Me too, River. You know what we could do? We could put them in a prim. But I'm too afraid to do that. I'm afraid that I'll lose it. I never delete anything. To show you that I'm not joking, right? Let me just bring up my inventory whilst we let those textures load. So I've got 285,000 because I deleted my trash today, right? But if I do this, object, let's see. Oh! Right, should we delete some of these? Oh my god. Alva, you've got 700,000. How does your inventory ever load? Like, just so that you can say that you saw me deleting things called object. That's crazy. See it. Oh, there's a load more, look. Oh. Oh dear, oh dear. Test object, new object. Thing is, now I'm worrying that I need that. Like, what was test object? I can't delete test object. It might be something that I need. Don't know what new object was. Right, and then if you look at something like, this is Blender speak. Oh, maybe not. Wow. Oh no, I'm getting too excited. Look. Yeah, this is just crap. It's simply just crap that I've uploaded. Oh my god, look. Shit. I do apologise if there's anybody that is kind of very tidy and that messy stuff gives them anxiety. I will be making an anxiety ritual. But watching me go through my inventory and show you that I've got 50 million cubes in there is probably not helpful. Alright, so here we are, we're over on Thessaly. And this is the new entrance to Queen's Place that we extended for her. Oh, well done. You started making a path over here. Hi. Hello. I am really laggy. Why am I so laggy? Are you laggy? It does. It does, Marley. You are laggy as well. Let's just have a look at the oh, where's the stats these days? It says the server's fine. Client rate. I'm at 7.4 frames, which is not great. Yeah, I think it is just SL, but I know what I can do. I don't want to, you know when you put like the sort of auto adjust, but then everything disappears and people turn into mush. Yeah, my internet's really good as well, so check scripts and free time. Okay, where am I looking for that? Oh, here we go, lag meter. Oh, well, yeah, okay, that's helpful, not? That's like, you're laggy. Scene load statistics. I mean, there's a lot of objects around these regions, but I feel like this is quite a high number looking like. See, if I improve graphics speed, everybody will just disappear. I don't want to do that because it will like it'll choose what I don't want it to choose. Cache hit rate 100%. Is that relevant? Don't really understand this much, do you? Advanced before statistics bar. Okay, hang on. Then scripts run. See, the simulator says it's fine. Scripts run is 99%. Is that good or bad? There's plenty of free time. Well, I guess it's just... I mean, I haven't emptied my cash in a long time, so maybe it's that as well. Right, let's have a nosy around Queen's Place, because it's very pretty, I know it is. I even closed like Discord, and it's just getting worse and worse, isn't it? So, you know, it can work if you've still got like your summer stuff out in a winter land. I think it still works. Yeah, well, the frames per second on the server were at 45, so I definitely think it's me, or it's client side. Do you know what I mean? It's the viewer. You know what I could do? I could change to alchemy, because I do find that that's less laggy in times like this. You know what they, Queen, I mean, you're saying like, you know, you don't have seasonals, you need to get some seasonal meadows and stuff, and I think, yeah, but actually I still think this works. Could it be my HUDs? I don't, well, they are the Geneth ones. Let's take that one off. And I don't need my Maitreya HUD on, do I? And there's a little HUD there I could take off. I don't think my complexity is that high or anything, so I think it's just, you know, clearly Second Life is having a bit of a brain fart at the moment anyway, because of the old cannot create database entry or something. So Queen's saying all the farm and Herb and Fable stuff will move to the next area that we just walked through over there, and then people can interact with it and use the items. That's nice. One of the things that I have noticed, well, it has been brought to my attention in the last couple of weeks, and I don't quite know whether it's related to the issues that we're having in Second Life at the moment, is that the foraging isn't working all the time. So if you find that if you're new to, if you haven't foraged and you try to forage something and you don't get your badge, just try some other stuff, because I think I'm hoping it, well, I'm not hoping it's related to the SL problem, because then I can't fix it, but I'm not quite sure. I've not seen it before, and so we did some testing the other day and with one of my olds, and the first time I tried I was able to forage, and I got my badge, and then I tried it again. I deleted the entry and tried it again with the same, and it wouldn't give it to me. So I think, or it wasn't that it wouldn't give it to me, it just didn't. Okay, kitten. What's that HUD I told you about? It's great for keeping HUDs away, but at hand. Ooh, okay, thank you. That sounds very helpful. I have gone up to 9 frames per second now, so that's, you know, a little bit better. And so for the new people in the audience, generally speaking, I say generally speaking because I know there's a couple of anomalies at the moment, but generally speaking, plant beds are forageable by default, okay? If they look like this, then you can probably forage from them. I say probably because, probably, because unless somebody has invited you, like Queen has said that this stuff will be in her farm area over there, and then this part of her property is going to be more private. So if there's something over there and you've been invited to go and forage from it, then you technically can do that, okay? If yeah, probably. If you write private in the description, then people won't be able to forage from your plants, okay, and they'll be just for you. That was quite important addition, because when we were using an old system here for roleplay, you couldn't stop people from taking your stuff, and people were getting really upset about it. So Queen's going to put a sign up so that you know that you can come and forage here, and there is a badge for foraging and for offering foraging. So if you haven't done that yet, you can have a go at that. So kind of a little bit of a sort of secret, I suppose, because I don't write it into the quests. And then when people go and look at the badges legend, they're like, where'd you get that one? And speaking of the badges legend, let me just, because I know that we do have 1 or 2 people in the audience who are new. So I'm just going to show you that. If you go to the website and look under badges legend, God, really? Everything's slow. The internet's slow or something. It's not like it's not internet slow speed. All of the badges that you have available to you are on this page, okay? And so you can look through and sort of go, oh, how do I get that? You know, and there are recipes within the processors, okay? If you have a processor, you'll notice that when you click on to make something, it will show you what recipes are contained in it, and that's dynamic, so more recipes will be added to it dynamically. So one day you'll go there and find that you've got more recipes in your processor, okay? There are badges that are coming soon, which we know, I talked about some of those already, and then there's badges that are no longer available, like the alpha, beta, and the beta quest, okay? You can also look up recipes on the recipes page, and so here we've got all of the recipes that are possible to make, if they have a badge associated with them, what ingredients you need, what processor they're made in, whether you need to have a tool, what pathway they are related to, and how long they take, okay? So all of the recipes are up there, so you can see that, and the Herb and Fable ones are first, and then third-party people's stuff will be underneath there. Obviously Lila at the moment is the test I was going to say test dummy, but that's not friendly. She's the tester for third-party stuff, so she's made some stuff for you. So I just wanted to show you that for the new people that are out there in the audience. Okay. So I'm just going to cam around here. And of course, some of the stuff is mod. I try and make as much as I can mod. Some of it I just can't, otherwise it doesn't really work within the game system. But where we do have mod stuff, you can take the scripts out and put them into your own items. What have we got over here? Tool shed or something there. This is so pretty, Queen. Looks like a cake. Okay. We've got some pots over here. Crocus pot for growing the saffron, and the primrose pot, daffodil. Those were primarily for Ostara ritual, I think, if I remember rightly. Those look like St. John's wort there, they're buttercups. Very pretty. Well, I put the ivy on your house. Did you put the ivy? You did put the ivy in there. That's nice. Mish mish. That's lovely. What pretty ivy. little greenhouse over there. I love that little greenhouse. It's looking very tidy. My greenhouse is always a freaking mess here. Well, it starts the season in the spring. I clean out my greenhouse, and it looks lovely. And then gradually over the summer, it gets more and more filthy. And then by this time of year, it's got a few dead plants and mess in it. Oh, okay. Are we allowed to have a peek in there? Are we allowed to have a little peek inside? Just like peer through to like be like that sort of weird landlady. Hello? Peeking through the window. Oh, okay. Oh, look how pretty this is. Alright, let's have a look and see what we've got here. That's very pretty. That is from DRD. Mage's Den, Crystal Magic. We like that. It's very pretty. It's kind of got that, I don't know, it's like distressed look about it, doesn't it? Just generally. I like that. It's very cool. You know, when I'm over decorating, you know the little town in the new region? It's going to have little areas like this inside it, so I'm going to be decorating. And I'm going to be, this is great because I can look and see where you got all your just beautiful stuff from. Look at that. I want that in real life. Dust bunny. Oh, how much do you want this in real life? Look how pretty that is. What's that? Do you reckon that's chalk? Pastels it looks like, doesn't it? So cute. It's very, very pretty green. Look at this stuff. Oh my god, it's DRD. Oh god, I'm gonna have to go and get this stuff. This is just what we need for the newbies, isn't it? What is that under there? What do we think that is? Looks like some kind of pod. Sticks. Scales, look at this. There's a prim in the front, so I can't take the cakes. What is this? This is from Static Witchfire Candle. Mad P, Return of the Light. VW I'm not familiar with, am I? Velvet Whip, got it. Yes, I am familiar with that. That's very pretty as well. And look at this hangy candle, crystal thing. Spellbound crystal chandelier. Can you imagine how much that would cost in real life? I mean, I would love something like that in my house, right? Looks like obsidian on it or tourmaline. But I think I would like to have quartz and amethyst, right? What have we got here? Merlin. Gosh, look how lovely that that texture is. Sorry, that's a creative thing. How did they do that? It's probably PBR. Witchery books, tier. it's not PPR. Blimey, that's mental. It looks so, you know, raised when it's not really. It's cool. Tree of Life kind of book thing there, look. Elvish Ledger. I think we're going to have to go over to Velvet Whip sometime because I didn't realise there was quite so much yummy stuff over there. These are quite cute, aren't they? They're Velvet Whip too. I love this. I want this in real life too. DRD, yeah. That's very cute. I kind of recognise that. Where's that from? Okay. Sometimes you wish you hadn't clicked on the thing. Had nipples. That'll come off Facebook then, won't it? Nice chest of drawers there. Very pretty. Dust bunny. Floor plan. Let's cam upstairs. We are past the hour, but I feel like I started late and I really feel like I didn't get to see most of you because the chat wasn't coming up, so I'm just going to carry on for a bit. There's a cup of coffee there, look, cinnamon cup of coffee. Now I do know, I don't know whether she's been saying in her own server, but I do know that she's working on something new for you to use for the chocolate. Herbs of Note, Floor Plan and Willow, Apothecary book. I really wish I could be motivated to create a book like this, but what happens when I buy nice stationery? It should just give you access, and obviously it's not going to let me click on it, but when you click on it, it should say like access, and you can then put like group, public or private. So what happens when I try to make journals is that I buy a nice journal, you know, nice diary notebook, and maybe a nice pen, and then I can't write in it because I don't want to spoil the book. It's a stationery thing, okay? So if I buy a nice book to write in, I can't write in it because I'm afraid I'll make a mistake and it'll ruin it. So I just end up with lots of empty notebooks. Sweet is this? Yep, I think it's a thing. Good. Dust bunny. Oh, look how beautiful these are. Runes there, look. Sort of, yeah. Runes, and they're very pretty actually, aren't they? Wiccan artistry. Oops. You know, who knows, going forward maybe I can do some collabs with some of these people who make this beautiful stuff, get them to be third-party creators for Herb and Fable, you know. But if their stuff is mod, of course, you can always make their stuff Herb and Fable by slipping the scripts in. If they're those, if they are, you know, if it's suitable, because not everything you can do that too. You know, you can buy a nice book that you can fill with individual pages, then type things out, print them, and put them in a book. Yeah. You know what I did in the end? Because you know, when you're training to be a therapist, you have to have a journal, right? And this is where I realised that I can't do journals, and also I struggle to get what the thoughts in my head onto the page as quickly as I want to, and then my hand ends up really hurting because I'm really trying to write things down as fast as I possibly can, and I realised that I wasn't making my journal because I was struggling to get motivated to do it, and so I thought, what's the barrier? And I decided that, you know, here I've always been a bit techie, okay, so you know, I used to work in education with open and distance learning, always involved in electronic learning and things like that, and I thought, why am I forcing myself to work in this way when it doesn't work for me? What way does work for me? And I knew that electronic works for me when I'm doing things like this. So in the end, what I did is I got like, I think back then it was like Evernote, which is like an online journal, like scrapbook. And then I could upload MP3s to it, photos, you know, I could just clip things from websites, drag it into Evernote. And so that's what I kind of did. And that worked for me. So as much as I would absolutely love to have that old, you know, leather bound grimoire in my witchy shed that I, you know, draw little things in, and that, as much as I would love that, it just isn't going to work for me. Yeah. One of the things I really would like to make in the future is an online grimoire. Okay, and I want to integrate it with Herb and Fable, and I know I've talked about it a little bit before, where you can have it on your phone and put stuff in it from your phone. You can have it so that you drop note cards into it from Second Life and that will go to it, you know, all sort of things like that. That would be so cool. So that's a project, that's a long-term project, okay. Right? It would be so cool. This is so pretty. Oh, look. Do you think that by the time, you know, by the time at the end of our lives, do you think that we'll be able to upload ourselves, our consciousness, and live in Second Life forever after we've exited real life? I would live here. But you know what? You know, you have to be careful what you wish for, because like I could also imagine it would be like what's this way? Oh, what's this? Oh, this is what you were talking about. Thank you, kitten. That's very sweet. Thank you. I don't know if any of you watched a series, it was a BBC thing I think, called Years and Years. If you haven't seen it, I can recommend it. The HUD is called, let's wait for that inventory to load, Fast HUD. Kitten, maybe you could put the link to the marketplace in chat. So there we go. Thank you, Queen, for allowing me to nose around your house. It is truly beautiful, and I absolutely love all of that bit in there. Look at that. Oh, I like that too. Where's that come from? Why can't I select it? Disallowing me to know where it's from. DRD. Okay. See you, Alva. I actually have quite a lot of broom growing behind my house, and so I harvested a load this year, and it's been drying in the old dog room. I don't have any dogs anymore, but that was their dog room. And so I'm going to make my first besom at some point. It is actually dry now. Oh, there's badges over here, look. There, badges corner. So those of you that are new, you can see your badges on the website. If you haven't seen already, let me just show you. On the home area of the website, this is where all your badges are collected in the 4 different pathways. Okay, so you can see which badges you've got in there. You can also get physical. The physical badge gets sent to you in Second Life, and you can get these display boards in the shop so that you can apply your badges to a display board, and so for each display board is like 1 land impact, so you can then display 6 badges for 1 land impact rather than putting the badges themselves up there at 1 land impact each. Okay, and so yeah, you can just build up your little collection of badges. That's quite cute. Little workbench. What's that on there? That looks cool. What's that? Fascinating. Time turner. It's very cute. Oh, I missed this corner, look. Do you know what? I was thinking it was warm in here, Queen, and I've realised that you've got two fires going here. I was thinking, God, it's so warm in here. Very sweet. Oh, object. That's nice. You have those too. See, now this is why maybe it's not a good idea to delete everything called object in your inventory, because, you know, so the series I was talking about, the BBC series called Years and Years, it's a kind of dystopian thing, very reminiscent of real life at the moment, the world and how it's going, but there's the daughter in it wants to be uploaded, her consciousness uploaded, and I think at the end the auntie or somebody, I think it is, or maybe she does, I can't remember, somebody was dying, and so they decided to be the test subject and be uploaded to the ether. It was a really cool series. Well, it was one of those series that's like funny and tragic, do you know what I mean, at the same time. It'll have you laughing, it'll have you crying. It's called Years and Years. Alright, thank you so much, Queen, that was really beautiful. And so this bit over here is going to be Queen's farm area, not this bit. This bit I'm walking into at the moment. So she's going to put a sign up so that you can wander over and come and visit. So some of the properties over here do have Herb and Fable stuff in, but as I always suggest to people, if there's no sign to harvest or come in, then don't, because other people obviously want to keep their stuff private. And if you're not already renting over here, there are a couple of properties left, I think. There's some little ones, if you're not, you know, very budget friendly. And I think, oh, kill my viewer, won't I? I think this one is still available over here, and that one's up high, got a lovely view up there. And actually there is an Outlander plot that just became available as well. The Outlander plots on the region have more autonomy. They're not decorated for you, but you can you have a bit more autonomy there to do what you want. It's quite a big plot, that one's available, but we are pretty full at the moment, which is lovely. Yes. Yes. Come and be neighbours if you like. Alright, well, you know what, it's 10:20. I was thinking, oh, what am I going to talk about? But I never need to worry about that really, do I? Because, you know, what I don't want to do is turn these live streams into something that I'm prepping for all day, because there's enough of that going on in my life. So I like to keep them very impromptu and disorganised. I think that's what live streaming's about, isn't it? So thank you very much for joining me. Coming up at some point, sorry to be vague, but I'm not 100% sure when it's happening. I sponsored an escape room thing. Let me see. Lockwood Mansion escape room. When it loads. Come on. Really? Oh dear. It doesn't want to load. Okay. Coven of Moonlight Games. Mansion Lockwood escape room. Come on, load. Come on. God, it's so slow. Anyway, I'm not going to wait for it. What we'll do when that's open is maybe, I mean, I'll go over, and that's fine, you can watch me go over, but maybe some of you would like to join me and we'll go on a little field trip and go and do the escape room on a live stream, if you fancy it. I've sponsored it as Herb and Fable, so I think it's a bit horror, but you know, I don't think it'll be like super scary, so we can go and do that when it's open. I don't know when it's opening. It's not there at the moment, I went and checked. The old one's still there, so but I think it'll be like maybe towards the end of this month, beginning of next month, so at some point we'll do that, and I'll let you know, and we'll do that. But have a rest of a good Sunday, and I will see some of you on Wednesday for a wiggle, and see you next week probably to do another live stream. Take care everybody. See you soon. Bye bye.